Roasted hatch peppers and cannellini beans, the perfect combination. Navy beans are the smallest. It's what they use for American-style baked beans. Great Northern beans and cannellini beans are larger, but they're very different. The Great Northern beans are actually slightly smaller and whiter. Cannellini beans are creamier in color and in texture too. Great Northern beans are great for white chili. For this, we're using cannellini beans. Soaking the beans before you go to work in the morning ensures you're going to get the best texture too. Into a caldero with fresh water, a garlic clove and a couple of bay leaves, but no salt yet. You never add the salt too early with cannellini beans. It toughens the skins. Chicken thighs have the most fat and the most flavor, but we want to break them down into cube-sized pieces by getting that chicken onto a sheet tray and into the freezer. It'll be easier to turn that into this. See that? That's how you want it. Pretty solid, but you don't want little f***ing rocks. And don't do it all at once. You want to do it in batches. And pulse. For chicken, that's pretty good. And I could get it even better if I added a little bacon fat. That's how I want it. Do that in batches until you get it all done. I don't know. I think I'm going to buy ground chicken. Well, they ain't going to taste like these. We're going to make these meatballs right in the machine, starting with saltines and milk for a panade. Saltines work great as meatballs, but now they need flavor, which they're going to get predominantly from roasted Hatch chilies. If you can't get these, roast up some poblanos or maybe some Anaheims. In Calabria, they love the flavor of roasted pepper with cannellini beans. A clove of garlic, grating it disperses it everywhere. A pinch of oregano. Italians and Latinos love oregano. And Italian MSG, or a diced anchovy. These little fish are full of glutamates. Green onion, cilantro, that ground chicken you work so hard for. But it's worth it. A touch of baking soda will ensure tenderness. Salt and pepper. And an egg as a binder. This isn't like a regular meatball. I'm not too concerned about overworking the meat. The machina gives us the best texture. An hour and a half. Those beans are 90% cooked. They need about 15 minutes. Now it's okay to add the salt. But don't overstir them. Calabrese would kill me for even having a spoon in the pot. A pinch of oregano and the other half of those Hatch green chilies. The Calabrese would like those. You know what they say. Wet hands, smooth balls. Perfect. Meatballs are always easier to work with if you firm them up in the fridge first. If you pan fry them, you're a better man than me. I'm going in the oven. Those got a nice crust on the outside, and it's healthier than frying in oil. But they need a little more time to cook through and marry up with those beans. Just don't disturb those beans too much. Shape doesn't matter, but you want something the same size as the beans. And 100% semolina pasta. Pasta, water, no eggs. And always cook the pasta in heavily salted water. Make sure that pasta's al dente and never rinse it. Straight into the balls and beans and nestle it in. Don't disturb those beans too much, remember? That's not your typical pasta fagioli.
I love the little pasta. It smells wonderful.
Oh, it's f***ing delicious.
It is really good. The green chili chicken meatballs with the creamy beans and the pasta is just a great combo.
It's almost perfect. A touch of good olive oil and Parmigiano Reggiano. Now it's perfect.
It does. It just works. The chili and the chicken meatballs
If they had Hatch Chiles in Calabria, trust me, they'd be f***ing doing this.
I mean, this is a whole new twist on pasta and meatballs. It's like a pasta, but a soup.